was quite a glorious beginning to a marvelous event. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just the tip of the iceberg. Yellarku vanakkam salam namaste. This is your host and host Sandhya Pandey, and I welcome you all to TCS HackQuest Season 6 Grand Finale. Well, we have a stellar lineup of speakers and discussions planned for all you guys out there. I am super excited to be your host, and I hope all of you are equally excited. But before we get into all of that, let me start by telling you a little bit about TCS HackQuest and the need for ethical hacking in today's day and age. As you are aware that the world has gone digital, and organizations across the globe are adapting to this new work environment. The digital shift has brought its own set of challenges. Hacking as an organized activity has gained more traction recently, making it essential now more than ever for the massive ethical hacking community to be ready and keep a hawk's eye out there. It was also important to assemble an army of cyber warriors to protect our digital future. The visionary TCS Cybersecurity Unit, in collaboration with the Talent Acquisition Group, designed TCS HackQuest in 2016 to bring on board the brightest ethical hacking minds to combat real-time cyber threats. Leveraging the popular CTF, or Catch the Flag format, this contest challenged young cyber enthusiasts to find vulnerabilities and hone their ethical hacking skills. Brick by brick, TCS HackQuest helped build an army of cyber warriors who were securing the digital future of the people and global organizations. Whew, enough talking. Let us quickly take a walk down the memory lane and view a glimpse of how HackQuest has evolved and transformed to be what it is today. Let's have a look at this video.
Cybersecurity practice is one of the most happening areas of TCS. It's one of the areas with the greatest demand in the marketplace, and so our best talent will find the cybersecurity practice of TCS hugely fulfilling and rewarding.
That time of the year again. Another bigger, brighter and more challenging season of HackQuest. Over the previous 5 years, we've added more than 250 such young elite minds into our family. And our belief in them has been proven right as they've gone on to lead strategic engagements in application, infra and mobile pen testing. They've truly short-circuited the cyber success path. My compliments to the leadership and the entire team behind HackQuest on such a brilliant, splendid success. Thank you.
Another HackQuest, in fact the 6th one now. And I'm kind of proud that I have been there from the beginning, going around cities, but now the pandemic has forced us to limit ourselves to be doing it from our home. This is a heady cocktail of gamified hiring at its best. All the best for season 6. Looking forward to be meeting the best minds in the industry. Thank you.
TCS adopted gamified hiring as one of the major sources for talent spotting since long now. One such successful initiative is HackQuest, our ethical hacking contest run in collaboration with cybersecurity practice. If it's hacking which intrigues you, HackQuest is a platform for you where you get an opportunity to turn your passion into profession and do what you love legally. Wishing all the students who are part of today's event a successful career ahead. Thank you.
We're both part of the cybersecurity practice for TCS in Ireland. We ran our first TCS HackQuest Ireland 2022 this year. Now, one of the things that we're hoping to do is perhaps in the future, you alums and our alums get together and run an India v Ireland competition. Wouldn't that be fun?
Happy HackQuest.
Happy HackQuest.
Happy HackQuest.
Woohoo! Now that's what I call a massive growth and a successful transformation. On that note, I find immense pleasure in welcoming our very first speaker of the day, who is the global head of the TCS Cybersecurity Unit, Ms. Shanta Subramani. To briefly introduce her, Shanta has been here for over 25 years with industry experience in key roles across multiple areas, setting up and scaling technology and business solution practices from ground up. She has been responsible for revenue growth, solutions, profitability, and customer engagement across the stakeholder spectrum. Welcome, Shanta. This virtual stage is all yours for the welcome address for our viewers. Hi, how are you doing? You can take over the
Thank you.
screen,
That
please.
was such a lively start to the event. Thank you very much. Colorful backgrounds and very excited to be here. And obviously, compliments and congratulations and best wishes to all the finalists and the participants, as well as our own team who have put in a lot of effort. But first of all, I wanted to welcome you all to this event. Wish you a very, very good evening and an engaging 1.5 hours, reliving the exciting times of HackQuest. We have our chief guest, Ajit Menon, who is a Chief Security Officer for TCS and holds a very, very important responsibility for our own company. We've got Jana, Head of Talent Development, who's a pillar of this initiative and who's been a pillar of support throughout the years, without whose organization this would be willy-nilly not possible. Girish Nandimat, who has been there and our champion and our motivator from day one for HackQuest. And once again, I wish to personally thank you for all your support throughout the years and welcome you again to HackQuest 6. We really want to hear from you, what has been your take on cybersecurity, HackQuest, talent development, university grads, attracting young talent into this field. We eagerly want to hear from you. Because that is what will drive us to do better next year, to make sure that TCS is a good, attractive value proposition for young talent out there. So very, very eager to hear you today. We have distinguished guests who have been part of our journey in many, many ways, who have provided moral support, material support, as well as advice. We've got DP Nambiar, our HR head for BNTS unit. We got Rajshri. She had accepted. I don't know whether she has joined. Wish you a very welcome if you're here, Rajshri. Abhijit also accepted the invite. I hope you're here. Wish you a very good evening. Bimal, I think it might be a good first HackQuest for you. Really want to see this because our young talent is helping you as well. So Bimal, wish you a very, very warm welcome. Sarita, who is the head of Bhubaneswar Center. Warm welcome to you, ma'am, and very happy that you're able to join today. Kala, I hope you're here. You are obviously someone we speak with and work with on a day-to-day basis. So all other dignitaries who have joined, wish you a very, very warm welcome. HackQuest is a very prestigious event for us. We use it as one of our biggest channels of entry-level talent for specialized skills called ethical hacking. Now, being a specialized skill, it is also one of the most important aspects of cybersecurity defense ecosystem. And we have very bright candidates throughout the years who have come in as a HackQuester, become a part of red teaming exercises, led cybersecurity SOC programs, become threat hunters, and become leaders and CISO buddies in our customer ecosystem. It's a very, very exciting, albeit everyday learning kind of a career path. We take our cybersecurity professional mentoring very, very seriously in TCS. There are many, many domains, identity and access management, vulnerability management, managed security services. But the importance attached to the artisanship and the creativity that comes with ethical hacking is something, a part of it is inborn and part of it can be trained. And we really want to tap into the inborn talent among all of you. And once again, congratulations to all the winners. I believe you're going to have an exciting journey in this field. That is why you're here. Over to you, to the MC, to take forward the rest of the event. We have an exciting set of activities and conversations planned for today. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shanta, for taking us through this wonderful summarization of HackQuest, what exactly it is. And yet again, on behalf of the entire team of TCS, let me welcome all the dignitaries, students, and participants. We have yet another very important individual amongst us here right now today. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce you to our Chief Security Officer, Mr. Ajit Menon. Mr. Ajit Menon has been with TCS for over 20 years. As TCS's Chief Security Officer, he is responsible for the strategy, design, deployment, and governance of controls to safeguard TCS business interest. Ajit has been instrumental in standardizing the security controls across the various geographies. Hi, Ajit. Let's welcome him on the screen. I would request everybody to give a big round of applause. So would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you. And really a great start to this wonderful program. Before I start, I would like to thank Santa and the entire team for having me over in the session. It's really a great pleasure and honor to be here on an event like this, which is very close to my heart also. Yeah. When I look back, I've been with this journey for quite some time. I've been lucky enough to have been invited over and over again. We've seen HackQuest as a program that really helps identify great talent, and also it ends up as a good career path for a lot of potential candidates who then join TCS. If I were to go back and look at why today this is one of the most promising events from a TCS standpoint itself, I think most of you being in this domain, I don't need to overemphasize. But let's face it, today, when we say that the entire industry is moving in the digital revolution, we're talking about Industry 4.0, where everything is digital. I don't think IT has been so much more prominent ever before. As we go forward, everyone, and especially the last 2 years with pandemic, I think even those who felt that the brick and mortar system was going to work have realized that digital is the way to go. Now, while that demand has suddenly surged, what has also happened is there are a lot of people who have started developing systems, who have started moving onto cloud. But unfortunately, what we also see is that the understanding and appreciation of what all is required to be done to have a secure ecosystem is not something that is understood by everyone. Yeah, and that is where I think most of you actually have a great role to play. We really need great skills to understand how people can make mistakes, what can go wrong, and have the right opportunity to fix something before somebody can fix you. Okay, that's the simpler way to just put it. Your job today is on the ethical side to help every organization, every institute establish what exactly is wrong in their setup, explain to them what they should do to fix it so that nobody else can take an advantage. This surely is a time-sensitive event. So the more time you take to establish something, the faster somebody else is going to look at that vulnerability and exploit. And hence, this is a domain where there is a need for constant upskilling. Now, you may be great today, but unless you keep honing your skills, your demand is going to be much lesser. This stream, as we know today, is one of the most prominent and the most promising and after-sought skills. if you look at the pipeline of requirements from every organization across the globe, you take any job recruitment portal, you will see cybersecurity as one of the top streams which is in demand. And the dearth therein is also something which we will have to appreciate, that no matter how many professionals we create, we still will be falling short of people to support organizations across the globe. For us at TCS, we use opportunities like HackQuest to also identify a good candidate pipeline. Your skills have been demonstrated. You've been able to do great things. And to that extent, I would want to congratulate everyone who participated in this event. Whether I do not know the results, but the fact that you participated itself shows a keen sense of you wanting to be in this domain, and which will continue to be one of the most sought after skills for decades to come, if not more. Okay. So that's more of how I see this function, and I see what being done here. As organizations keep enhancing their infrastructure, they keep going. It is also important that teams like the red team activity, which Santa spoke about before, which is purely a great event where you go in going blind. You actually, it's more of a black box, but you're not doing application testing. You go way beyond, and it's like a war. Right? Everything is fair in love and war, as we say. In a red team, you can do whatever you want and exploit a customer. And the kind of reports that we've seen in the past from teams who work with Srimant, the kind of things that they have brought out have been really eye-openers for many of our customers and their like. So this, in my view, this is a domain where you will never have a dull day. Okay? But at the same time, this is a domain where you will have to keep up with time. I mean, this is not an area where you can say, I know a particular skill, I'm comfortable, and I can rest on my laurels. That's never going to happen in this stream. If every day is going to be a new day, every day there is something new that comes on your journey. And to that effect, again, at least those who are already in TCS and those who may join, you may realize the kind of effort that TCS puts in. I'm sure down the line, you're also going to be hearing from Jana, who heads talent development. A huge amount of effort that is put in by TCS to make sure that not just in cybersecurity, in every area, but this area all the more because of what I said. I mean, there's so much coming up every minute that at some point you may want to think, when do I get a break? When do I sit and relax? And that's possibly never going to happen in this stream. But at the same time, you wouldn't feel tired ever because of the kind of passion that we've seen with most of them. And I'm sure there is no dearth of passion in this team who's here. I'm sure you are going to be enjoying every day, every bit of work that you do, because when you do things, and especially the kind of work that you're getting into, trying to break what others are doing, I know there is a bit of pleasure in doing it that way also. You also realize, and you have a great opportunity to contribute back into the development cycle, telling people what mistakes they are making. Now, this is a great contribution that comes to us from Srimant's team. When we put a lot of applications for testing, the team comes back and guides us, saying that this is what we're seeing wrong. Here is a trend of what we are seeing wrong. So here is what you could potentially do to make sure that's avoided. So don't just look at yourselves as people who are going to be at the far end and focus on one part of the journey. Look at all the other opportunities that come your way because of the skills that you have. Okay, don't just look at you as yourself as the final gatekeeper for something that's going to go live. Look, that's a very undervalued position for yourself. You should look at a person who is possibly has the opportunity to rewrite the way things are being done. Okay, your contributions can really make a difference to how organizations develop, how organizations deploy, and how organizations sustain applications. So to me, this is a very niche area, requires a lot of expertise, and I'm happy to see so many experts. I've looked at the number of nominations, the number of participants who are here. Really happy that we have so much talent coming our way. But I would also suggest, please do not, whether you join TCS or not, please do not misunderstand your position as just being a gatekeeper, trying to look at the far end and just hack an application. There is so much more that all of you can do in terms of contributing to the ecosystem. So with that, let me thank all of you and congratulate everyone who participated. Back to the host, please.
Thank you so much, Ajit, for gracing us with your presence and, of course, sharing those wonderful words of wisdom. I'm sure it is going to inspire a lot of young enthusiasts who are here with us today. He also introduced all of you to a man called Jana, and it is time for him to come up on the virtual stage. I would request Mr. Janardhan Santanam to kindly share the screen with me. With over 23 years of industry experience across retail, consumer goods, and manufacturing, Janardhan currently heads Global Talent Development, transforming TCS talent landscape from recruits to senior leadership in Business 4.0 era. I would really like to hear what Jana has to share, all his insights.
Thank you, everyone. Pleasure being here amongst such an esteemed company of people who are passionate about cybersecurity. I'm an avid technologist myself with a lot of interest in cybersecurity. I'm also a great believer in gamification and gamified ways of engagement, which is what HackQuest is. Congratulations to our entire team on the 6th edition. I quite frequently have chats with Shanta, Ajit, Srimant and team on what it takes to build the best talent in cybersecurity in the industry. And this industry, like Ajit said, has seen a lot on the area of cybersecurity, particularly since last year. Many of you would have heard some very prominent events with Colonial Pipeline and JBS Foods, which got a lot of news and attention. One thing that interested me was an event that happened after that in July last year, which was a smaller IT company called Kaseya. And this company also was attacked by one of the same outfits which attacked JBS Foods. And the impact was to another 1,500 other companies which Kaseya used to work with. And they demanded a ransom of around 70 million or so. I'm not getting into whether it's a right to pay ransom, not to pay ransom, and all of that, but that's a big debate by itself. But Kaseya took the stand that, yes, we are not going to pay. And they together, there must have been some thoughts going on in their mind. And I believe one of the things that they felt confident about is the fact that their own understanding of their systems, the resilience, their own talent, as well as the talent that they can leverage along with partners in this field, gave them the confidence that they will go out and fight, and which is what they eventually did. They developed, along with a partner, a universal decrypting algorithm, which helped them get out of that situation. Point I'm making is that that's where we eventually want to go for our customers, for ourselves. And that's the kind of talent that we want to build within TCS and in the industry per se. And HackQuest is just a starting point to tap into that kind of passion amongst very young people like you who are in your colleges, finishing off your last few semesters. Very glad to see all of you engaging in such large numbers, thousands of numbers in HackQuest, and the strength and brand of HackQuest improving year on year. Many of you have come through multiple stages to reach where you are. So congratulations to all the finalists and the eventual winners also. But it's also a time, like Ajit said, to introspect a little bit on, as you go through your last 3 or 4 semesters in college, what kind of career should you be looking at? And the first step comes in terms of thinking about how do I take my passion and maybe my hobby, maybe my interest into something more concrete in terms of experience. And that first step is an internship. TCS does a lot of internships with several colleges, invites internships, applications from individuals. And there are some very good projects that we put out there for you to develop, have fun in that process, and then have something concrete to show that, hey, this is a project that I worked upon, even as I was in my pre-final year, and so on. And likewise, as you go through the whole TCS hiring process, I am quite sure, I'm confident, and I'm eagerly looking forward to many of you going through our, getting offers and being part of our company. As you go through that, even before joining, you get opportunities to engage with our cybersecurity teams to start specializing, achieving certain concrete certifications in this industry. Particularly for people who have this kind of specialized talent, we have a fantastic program called Elevate, which in very concrete terms ties an individual's learning, skill, capability, work performance to their actual career and also compensation and their identity and their brand in the organization, taking them onto a fast track career path. In fact, cybersecurity itself is a whole track in this Elevate program for junior people who are very passionate about this field to groom themselves into full-fledged cybersecurity professionals. And as you get into mid-levels, you start getting specialized into roles like that of ethical hacker, threat hunter, CSO, operations leader, and so on. And we have at least 8 such role-based paths available in the mid-level for you to take forward and further your career. Again, earn a high talent reward, a high talent identity through that process also. And throughout this process, there is a very high degree of investment, which Shanta spoke about in terms of learning offerings, in terms of making you go through programs, engage you in very fun activities like internal gamified events and hackathons, fund you for your top certifications from, say, cybersecurity professional certification, CCNA security certification, CompTIA certifications, and so on. Lastly, Shanta also talked about some very good roles and engagements that we really help our people get into in this field. Beyond that, there is also phenomenal work happening within our R&I teams also, and particularly with quantum computing being an interesting area that many of us have started working on. Our R&I team is looking at post-quantum cryptography and exploring things like what should be the standards, NIST PQC standards, and doing some work there, doing some work with quantum key distribution. So these are areas which many of you can get an opportunity to look at if that research and setting standards is your passion too. So to summarize, I want to go back on the lighter side to what Ajit said. Ajit said this is a top area. In my view, it's not just top, it's also a hot area, hot from all perspectives. Hot career path, hot in terms of recognition and visibility, hot in terms of the kind of complexity, problems that you solve, the kind of agility needed, and the immediate responses that are needed. So hot from all perspectives. But the thing with TCS is we make it cool to be working in this area as well. So a warm welcome to all of you to this final event. And also, I hope to see many of you in TCS in a few months from now. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jana, for sharing those industry insights with all of us. I'm sure it will encourage a lot of people out there. Well, up until now, all the speakers lineup has been amazing, but I have something far more interesting for all you guys out there. Are you all ready to know what exactly it is? Well, coming up next is an exclusive fireside chat with Mr. Ajit Menon and Ms. Shanta Subramani. At cybersecurity, the growth opportunity and future for talent and landscape, all of that will be discussed. To moderate this wonderful session, may I please also invite Mr. Srimant Acharya, Global Head of Enterprises, Vulnerability Management, Digital Forensics, and Incident Responses. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjana. So far, it has really been great. And I'm sort of, in privileged league of Santa and Ajit. Ajit I have known for years. Santa is somebody who is giving us a lot of outside-in view of cybersecurity. She has jumped in right away to cybersecurity and is making us rediscover it in all its flavors. But again, something that we have picked up to discuss today is not cybersecurity, but rather something that, again, came up between a conversation that we had, Santa, a couple of days ago about privacy. I think the kind of audience we have, they will mostly relate to what we are going to talk today about what privacy is. Do we need to look at privacy by design? And what are the implications for us in cybersecurity? And no better persons that I have known who are going to have this interesting conversation regarding this. And Santa, I will come to you first. And I did a bit of look up on the net regarding what privacy really means, what people are telling. And you would be amazed to know that a UN study is saying about 107 countries. I think, we sort of discover about how many countries we have during the Olympic Games. So I think there are about 150 countries, and 107 of them are already thinking of a data protection law for themselves. But again, to be quite honest, um, India as a country is still not there. We don't have a really consistent policy. And so I kind of, looked at another bit of statistics, which says that these risk management and privacy concerns within the digital transformation that is happening today will drive additional security service spending through um, uh, 2020 and up to continuing into the future. With that, how do you see this augmented concern around privacy for a country like ours and for a company like ours? And how is it going to influence or impact the nature of cybersecurity business, the sudden thrust on privacy? San.
Two questions, right? Thank you, Srimant. And privacy is hot. I will not say hot, cool area that is going on right now. Every government, glamorous area. Everybody is concerned about who owns whose data. In the exciting times when we all went digital, there's a .coms, a whole lot of online businesses. Nobody really thought about what is the digital persona out there. Do you want that much of your digital persona out there visible to everybody? Nobody had an idea. What is a digital persona, right? Is it email? Is it your photo? Is your date of birth, birthday? Is it what the company you work for? User ID, password, credit card information. There's a whole lot of metadata about every individual that has become a definition of digital persona. Now, this, when viewed holistically, one can actually understand the lifestyle, spend patterns, behavior patterns. So initial days of .com and digital journey, this were thought through as, I am having machine learning, artificial intelligence led experience for my customer. What didn't become apparent? Does the customer really want to be told that I know so much about you? They are starting to feel very uncomfortable. You're not supposed to know so much about me. I have the right to be forgotten in your world. And as the complexities of online and .coms now extend to digital twin and metaverse, there's a whole new aspect of digital persona. So there is a need to really regulate what aspects of an individual's information is owned by who. It is primarily has to be owned by the individual. How to govern that? Because already there's a whole lot of historical data out there. Every day we keep sharing it. Give credit card, I'll pay, put CVV. Oh, get the cinema ticket. And God knows when you click next in Google Pay, that credit card shows up. Are they supposed to keep that? No, they're not supposed to know your credit card. So these kind of things need to be regulated. It is good for a government to say an individual owns A, B, C, D of their own data, but it's a whole world, a complicated affair when one has to technically enforce it in the systems that use this data and retain and replicate and prompt and do intelligence on it, right? That is a complexity out there. From a business perspective, before we even get the business, there is a lot of social education and engineering required. Everybody has to be aware that just because it is shared in ether through, say, Instagram, doesn't mean that it's not public. It is super public, actually. So there is a need for an awareness as to what one has to share about oneself. Okay, that is a big part because there's a whole lot of new generation and digital users. Right from the elderly, for example, my father-in-law started using the phone and he's buying things and God knows what he's sharing on Facebook. We are all concerned because there's a need to be aware. That is one. Second, there is a big market for service providers like us to advise customers as to how to design their products to assure various policymakers that it is ensuring individuals' privacy and adhering to the policies of that country. This is a design paradigm. It is a complicated architecture that if you are designing it new, if you're going to go and fix what is developed 20 years ago to comply with this, that is even more headache. So to Sriman's question, what is in it for us? It's a lot of work in all areas. Design, architecture, fixing, retesting, and actually new ways of making sure that it is a replicable framework, a secrets management framework, a consent management framework, right to be forgotten framework, a privacy by design framework. A whole bunch of frameworks can be brought out so that it in the future, you can address all aspects: remediation, design, heightened policy compliance, proofs that you have to give to audit agencies. Everything can be addressed if you have all of these framework. That is what is the most exciting part. It is not that it has not been attempted. It has not been attempted scientifically at scale. So we believe as more and more countries adopt these laws, there's a lot of business out there to make sure that this is done right. Okay. And all of us, no matter what is our entry point into cybersecurity, will hit the privacy wall at some point or the other. There will be investigations to be done. There will be something to be done. It is going to come. Okay, so that is the need of the hour now. Everybody's now scratching their head how to go about it. And we have to help.
Correct, Santa. So I can see Ajit smiling. So Ajit, again, your perspective, I expect to be entirely different. And, where privacy stands today, I simply cannot imagine, but I'm curious to know how much of your bandwidth is going to attend concerns around lack of privacy for clients as well as our own employees. How do you see privacy being addressed from your position, reactive or from the design level? In fact, your whole take on how you think where it is heading and how much you would be doing.
Sure, Shibak. Actually, a very interesting question. And I would want to segment my response on the first part as to how much time and what do I see as challenges around privacy. That is something that we will also have to look at by geography. If we look at the mature markets where people are generally aware of their privacy requirements or the laws that exist or the rights that they have, it is easier for us to go in and explain what we are doing. And that is a different kind of dialogue that we have there. I'll come with some more examples later on this. But if we take the Asian geography specifically, I think the appreciation of privacy as a social value itself has always been on the lower side. We are people who have always been staying in joint families. So everybody around you, your first cousins, actually know what's happening and they're up to date, irrespective of whether you're on Facebook or not. To the last conversation you had on a phone call is something that they're aware of. But that's how our society was. You have a guest in your house. By the time the person reaches your gate, there are 10 other neighbors who have already grilled the individual, asking who you are and how are you related to the person you're going to meet and so on. So, and we also never frown upon a question like that. We feel that we are obliged to respond and explain that we are not strangers or we are related, and we go lengths to explain what is our actual relationship. Whether the person remembers it a minute later is not important, but we feel we have to explain. So as a society, we have always grown up thinking that people can ask and you are required to respond. Okay. I'm not sure if the audience here may appreciate, but if I go back to interviews that we used to take earlier, maybe for the first few questions, just to make sure that the candidates settle down, we would ask, so who all do you have at home? How's your family, etc. And they would explain what they do, what their siblings are doing, whether they're working, or whether they are studying, and what areas, etc. And they proudly speak about it. You try to take the same question to a person in the West, the spot response would be, I am the only person applying for a job. Nobody else in my family is. So you may want to limit your questions to me. Okay, but that's the way they actually react. So it is, in my opinion, it's a lot cultural. And TCS being a country that is established across all geographies, whether you take it from Japan all the way down into Latin America, okay, we have different sets of people who have different appreciations of security. So when we roll out, we have to cater to all such varied expectations that people have. And that generally is a bit taxing. You have to also think, because when you communicate, while you have localized messaging also that happens, there is also a general common message that goes out. Now, do you customize that message for the more mature geographies, or do you do it for the ones where piracy is actually not that appreciated? But the good thing is, I think today, the current generation really understands what privacy means, and the thought process is shifting. So if we take the earlier generations in India versus the current generations that we talk about, the current generations is surely hooked up, and they know what they would like to share, what they would not want to share, how they would like to share, and to what extent they would like to. And hence, I'm hopeful that as we go forward, just like the speed at which the digital revolution hit India, we skip a lot of things, right? We skip from 2G, we directly jump to 4G. The 3G doesn't get much time to wait. The same thing will happen even on the privacy side, when the evolution will be quite fast, where everyone will realize. And it is not just the current generation who's going to realize. We're talking about everyone. Once the ecosystem starts sensitizing itself about certain things, others also will appreciate. There will be certain loopholes, because people still have the habit of saying, I agree, without even reading the first line of what is being quoted. And that is a problem. And I'm sure that everybody on this call may have been guilty of that at some point or the other. That you need to order something, you realize there is a new app, and there's a sale that ends in next 5 minutes. I'm sure you're going to press agree without reading what is there. So, and as we say, if means generally you are what is being sold, right? I mean, it's your data that is actually getting sold. So if something is free, it's just because you are the product. So that's how the whole model is. And within TCS, if you ask me how much time goes, because we have had a lot of our journey in this space, I think it is easier. Thankfully, not much. But yes, with our customers, we do have to spend a lot of time depending on the kind of journey that they have had. So that's an evolving experience there. So that was the first part of how the general trend is. On the second part, when you talk about how do we see organizations, including TCS, responding to this, the privacy is, I think, as Santa mentioned, it is more of a geography diktat or a government-driven diktat. It means it has the company policies generally come second in line. Okay, now you may have a policy, but you have to adhere to the law of the land. So you would obviously see all companies trying to at least meet the baseline requirements of a particular geography. Now, if you take GDPR from the Europe standpoint, so every company in that geography is mandated, and to that extent, they would have met all the requirements. Over and above that, every company may have their own specific policies, which they can tweak, and they can say how long they will keep it for. But the whole aspect of deployment actually revolves around the ability with which you can explain why, as an organization, you're collecting data. Okay, it becomes a lot more complicated for you to deploy something in an enterprise space as compared to deploying something in a public space. Right? You are happy to give information on Facebook or Insta, but if you ask for the same information internally, you will have a lot of questions as to why is TCS trying to get this data from me. Okay, but you don't have a problem if Google collects it. You don't have a problem if Facebook, Meta collects it. Okay, but when the organization collects, you have questions, and I appreciate. I mean, I'm just trying to create a differentiator here. I'm not saying people should not question why organizations ask for it. You should. It's your right, and hence very valid question. But you should also realize that organizations that you work for are much more responsible towards you as compared to the public platforms for whom you are just a blip on the horizon. I mean, you are just a data point for them and nothing more. Okay, so when we look at organizations, and let me speak specifically for TCS now, privacy aspects are actually part of the design itself. Every application that we roll out at the design stage itself, we identify what data points will be required, where will it come from, is it something already collected, and does the existing consent that we have taken capture all of that, or should we go back to our associates and collect consent? For example, when the pandemic started and we had to use addresses for shipping machines to their hometowns, etc., we did check whether we could actually use the existing addresses or do we go back to people. But we also realized that a lot of people who were staying in particular cities had moved back to their hometowns or to other safer locations. And hence, we went back and recollected data. But again, from a process standpoint, if you look at it, we were very clear as to how we would want to do it and to what extent consent is required or not required per se. And this is again something that we did globally. It's not just the India operations. TCS did this globally for every person, right? We had about 99% plus of our people operating from homes. So it has now become a design criteria. And I can also say with my interactions with my peers, it is something that every company is adopting, whether happily or otherwise. Let's not get there, but it is something that every company is adopting and adhering to.
Thank you, Ajit, for giving us a peek into, even in the midst of the pandemic, how we still appreciated the concerns around privacy for some of our employees. But again, and thanks for laying out many different aspects. What I hear from both of you is the social media revolution. Isn't it simply counterproductive to talk about privacy in the midst of a generation which is thriving on social media? So who is collecting it, to who is processing it, is not a concern for them. But the moment they are part of organizations like us, we need to chart out a course in terms of practicing some self-discipline. So Santa, this whole thing, and you did mention about Instagram and all that. So how do organizations, bring in this rigor so that employees, I hope, they don't end up putting up vulnerabilities they discover on social media platforms?
It is that itself is actually intrusion of privacy. Who on earth are you to look at what employees are putting in their private accounts? It starts from there. There is a philosophical, a foundational element to it, that who can look at my life? Instagram and things like that are designed for certain individuals to share parts of their lives with their chosen circle. Is the organization part of the chosen circle? That is a fundamental question. But organization can discover through other means that, oh, my data is out there in the public forum, and as a part of that investigation can reach a conclusion that, yes, this private account shared it. But proactively tracking employees' private persona, where the organization is not an invited participant, will be a violation. So these are the kind of things policymakers and companies are grappling with. There is no good answer. See, I will give you an example of LinkedIn. Okay, in LinkedIn, there is this person who, an employee may say, what I did so good in so-and-so subject matter. By the way, I am working for so-and-so bank or whatever as a employee. But in my own time, I did this wonderful stuff and I've written this blog. Actually, intelligent chap. But the fact that, by the way, I am working for so-and-so, the customer will call and say, hey, in his LinkedIn, he's published this wonderful post. But while he's working for me, is he wasting time and doing all these blogs? We have had customers come and talk like that to us. My first reaction, ideally, is that who are you to question their private posts? But they can question the fact that they were mentioned in that post. So this kind of nuances are becoming very difficult by scale, volume, and the kind of gray area as to whether it is right to intrude, not right to intrude, how far an enterprise's reach is allowed to be, going and spreading its tentacles. This is where the policymakers' debate is going on as we speak. Okay, but to be on the safe side, to be a responsible employee, we do sign contracts with our associates, which says you cannot disclose customer names, you cannot disclose A, B, C, D. I hope everybody reads their contracts. All of us have employee contracts with TCS. Okay. But because we can't track the private accounts, we can't detect violation of those contracts. But if the violation of those contracts become apparent, the enterprise will reserve all right to come and ask those questions. So how can you do this, right? So this is a fine balance, and it is still not solved by way of what is right, what is wrong, what is extreme, what is not extreme. Okay, but it's becoming more and more stringent for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Santa. In fact, Ajit, for this year's HackQuest edition, we had to go for a very rigorous, data privacy regulation, got cleared by, corporate. So I think this is going to be the new normal for companies like us, that for our own artifacts, solutions, products, we go through this rigor to at least appreciate that we are not in violation of any kind of privacy. And trust me that we have been flagged, customer's email ID is also becoming private. So you need customers' consent to use their, and that's the mode of communication which was there till yesterday. Now it is. So this world is changing. And my question to you is that there is going to be this fine line between security and privacy. Who is going to own privacy and who is going to own security? Or we are going to happily swap places, help each other. This demarcation, I hope, is not going to cause any problem. But again, your perspective on this would clarify certain aspects of how companies or organizations are going to look at it.
Right. So another great question, Srimant. You're bowling bouncers after bouncers. So let me address this concern, because this is, I think, closer to your heart, considering the experience you had to go through. I think, yes, what you said is right. This will be the new normal for every application that goes live everywhere. And when I spoke in the earlier question, I said that enterprises go through a lot more scrutiny than public platforms, right? That's true, and that's exactly why you may actually have so many questions, and you may also feel that much of this is already there in public domain. Why am I being questioned about it, or why are so many questions coming up? This is generally captured. So is this bordering on harassment? And if you have that feeling, trust me, you're not alone. I'm with you. I also go through the same pains for anything that I need to do. Okay. So jokes aside, when we as an organization, there are two angles that you'll have to look at it. First and foremost, we are obviously held at the accountability levels of an organization are much higher than a public platform, right? We have to be able to explain to our associates why certain things are required. And let's take your own case. When you put up a business case saying, this is what I'm going to do, here is a platform, this is the information I'm going to collect as a platform, etc. The company would really want to know that is all of this information required? Okay, does it in any way help? Or is this just a routine? I mean, these are all old screens which are being reused, and hence there is so much of unnecessary data that is actually getting compiled. there again, the thought process is, am I collecting something and am I being liable to some information sitting in my system, which I may have never used, but because it is PI, and hence I am answerable for what can go wrong there. I would want to take a very serious look as to why certain pieces of information are required for the purpose that you go with. You have to always remember that in privacy, purpose is the most crucial piece. But that's the fulcrum around which everything else is going to move. So if your purpose is established, and for that purpose, the kind of data points that are required are established, it's an easy sale. But there are obviously some gray areas where you may say that for future research, I would want something, and that's exactly where things will get into gray. But like if you take the HackQuest event, if you want to know about people and their academic skills, so that next year you can start targeting a particular academic stream more. So should I be focusing on only com science? Should I be looking at non-com science? Because keeping the academics aside, their technical skills on hacking, etc., are equally great. Then why should I be focusing? So these are all data points that you may want to use for analysis and set a trend and say, okay, you might want to go back to the recruitment team and say that my recruitment can be generalized. You don't have to be only looking at com science. You could actually look at any stream because my data shows this. So now that purpose is something that is your purpose. It is not the purpose with which a candidate has actually decided to participate in HackQuest, right? So objectives, there will be a clash of objectives, and as an organization, you will actually see a huge microscopic view of how these are to be looked at. That's one angle. The second is, if you go back to what Santa said in the first response, every person has the right to demand to be forgotten. Okay. Now, when you say that you want to be forgotten, there is, especially when it comes to an organization, there is a requirement of keeping some data with ourselves for the legal basis. Like if you were an employee, you can't resign and say tomorrow that I want all data about me to be removed. Nobody should know I was working with you. That's not possible. The laws don't permit that. I mean, that's a very skewed view that somebody, if they feel that that is the meaning of right to be forgotten, no, that's not the case. Okay. So there are certain things about preferences, etc., which can be taken off. So if a person was taking a set of books from the library and you want to say that, oh no, my reading habits, I want the company to forget, appreciate it. But I, as an employee, I want you to forget that I was an employee. That's not. Okay, you were paid your taxes, etc. You feel that those financial information is yours and the company should forget. That's not going to happen. By law, we are required to maintain that information for n number of years so that we can also establish that a person was paid salary X, and against that salary, we paid taxes to the government, which is in line with the due taxes which are due. So there is this information also. So the more information you try to collect, when it comes to a right to forget aspect, the effort and cost to company, because nobody is going to pay the company for executing the right to forget. The person will just write. It's typically a very nominal charge. If I take a case in UK, since you said that in India we don't have the law yet, let me talk about other geographies. You just have to put in a request with a £10 fee and tell the company that I need any non-retainable data to be erased, and the company is required to do so. The amount of energy and resources that will go behind doing it is humongous. The £10 thing is not at all a deterrent in any manner whatsoever. But people can, if every person in UK decides to start putting it, just imagine what will happen to the company. So the company hence would also want to be sure that when it comes to a stage like this, we can very well say that the information with us is all that we need to hold legally and hence nothing to be destroyed. You will see a huge amount of pushback where if you were not able to justify why you need that data, you may not be permitted to collect that data. So these are the rationales with which these decision making happens. So
Thank you so much.
I don't solve your problem. At least I can tell you what the problem is.
No, great insights. And I think I brought it back to schedule. I had many interesting questions, but then I didn't want to interrupt your line of thought. A couple of great lines I'm going back with from these conversations with Shanta starting. Who are you to look at my privacy? So That's the kind of sentiment that every individual user, I think, is going to carry with. At the end of the day, you have to respect every individual's privacy, and we can only moderate so much, and probably within a very specific environment. And then, Ajit, your analogy of your guest being quizzed by your neighbors before they are let in, and if you take that analogy back to a digital persona, then that's multi-factor authentication. So, and how many are multi, we don't know, but it looks like we have to put in several layers of authentication before we admit a digital persona. So thank you, Santa and Ajit. Been fun talking to you as ever. And Sanjana, back to you.
Thank you.
Wow, now that was such a scintillating conversation. I'm sure it must have taken away all the doubts about privacy that we had so articulately explained by Ms. Shanta and, of course, Mr. Ajit, and very beautifully moderated by Mr. Srimant. Thank you so much yet again. Let's now talk about careers and growth. We all know that cybersecurity is one of the fastest growing units and best domains to build a career in if you are passionate about ethical hacking. We have a lot of students joining us here as well, and I'm sure they would also like to know a little bit about this. So let's learn a little more about this topic from our next speaker, who is the Global Head of Talent Acquisition at TCS, Mr. Girish Nandimat. With an overall experience of more than 18 years in talent acquisition, internal resource mobility, talent engagement, people transition, and strategic business partnering, Girish has led many roles globally. So please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Girish to say a few words. Hi, Girish. The stage is all yours.
Hi, Sandhya. Thank you. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thanks for that lovely words, Sandhya, and thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure to be part of the HackQuest finale. It just last year I was there, and then again it feels like again back. Means time flew, and already we are in the next season right now. It's always great to be amongst the young crowd here, the talented folks who are here. It's been a collaborative journey for as far as HackQuest is concerned, along with our cybersecurity unit and Shanta Subramani and her team. From 2016 onwards, in terms of we have grown leaps and bounds. We started small and we have matured over the years. We have had increasing participation registrations year on year, and this has kind of added to our flavor of trainee hiring, which is all about, I'm sure all of us are aware of TCS NQT, which is all about how we democratize the way we reach out to the student community out there. And every single student who is eligible, who has an aspiration to attend and TCS selection process, is able to do that today with our the way we are looking at in terms of the NQT and where we are administering it. So taking it further, I'm sure programming as a sport or coding as a sport is something which we have been looking at, and we have multiple contests running year on year. And HackQuest is one of them. This has further helped us in terms of making inroads into this specialized talent of talented young professionals who are interested in the cybersecurity or in the ethical hacking area. And this is something which is a very niche area. Not many colleges do offer this. Second, it is many of them are probably have taken up a engineering course or probably a non-engineering course, but some of them would have developed their interest in this area out of sheer whatever they have seen around them or some motivation which they would have. So it was always a question about how do we reach out to this talent? How do we tap into the talent? How do we target this segment? How do we provide a platform for these young minds where they can, where TCS and these young minds can meet? And that is where a competition like ethical hacking contest like HackQuest is helping us to bridge that gap. We have had record registrations this year, all-time high, what it is. And I'm sure in this pandemic in the last 2 years has also taught us in terms of how it has catapulted the cybersecurity as an area in terms of its importance compared to the earlier era, with everything going digital, all working from home, everything being done on remote mode. This has taken much precedence. Every organization, every entity, every individual, cybersecurity is a key thing because most of the transactions are done online, as how it was probably elaborated by Shanta, Ajit, and others, Jana, and others on this in their speech. So that is something which this HackQuest has helped us, and also this has further helped us in reaching out to that talent. And I'm sure while everyone knows that entry to TCS can be done via the TCS NQT hiring, which we do, and also for the next year passouts as well as the passouts from the previous years too. People who have missed that and who would still want to or may not be eligible to apply for that, but they have this talent and they would like to appear for a TCS selection process. This is one of the windows for them to do that. They can come through the HackQuest or the gamified hiring, what we call it as. They have the opportunity to showcase their abilities, and with that, we will be able to take them through our further selection process, and we make an offer for them to join with TCS, join the cybersecurity or the related work areas and the units where this work is going on, and provide them a career in the area of interest, what they are really passionate about. And that is what all this contest is all about. It is just not about, it is about engaging the talent. It is about identifying, targeting, and engaging with these bright minds who are there in every corner of India, and how we can further cultivate that, how we can develop a relationship with the new institutes, the students who are participating here, and how we can bring them in. And this is something which we're really proud about. This has come a long way, and whether it was pandemic or whether it was a normal time or whether it was in person, we are really happy to see that we are continuing it with all the challenges around us, and we have not stopped it for in the last year too. And I just wanted to congratulate all the participants here, the winners as well as the participants. It's a great thing to see that you take initiative to participate in such contests, and you have invested your time and efforts in terms of coming to the platform and showcasing your abilities. I'm sure you had great time in terms of attending the HackQuest contest and the rounds. I wish all the best to all the participants and the winners here. And we look forward to engage with you in the coming years too. And hope many of you will enter into TCS and be part of this organization and be part of our success journey and our mutual success journey. That's what I had, Sandhya. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Girish, for shedding light on cybersecurity as a profession. I'm sure it is going to motivate and encourage all the young minds out there. I hope you guys have taken notes. All right, so now we are moving on to the next segment, which we have all been super eagerly waiting for. Now, this is something that we have been working really hard for towards, for like about a month or so. So what are we waiting for? Let's quickly look at who are the winners of HackQuest Season 6. Well, we will look at the title winner of HackQuest Season 6 in just a while, all the runner-ups and the winner himself. But before that, we have a few categories, and we will begin with our very first category, which is the Best Creative Ethical Hacker. Now, you may be wondering, what is a creative ethical hacker? Well, this special category is to felicitate the participant who has looked at the challenges and the contest with a fresh perspective and blown us away with their out-of-the-box thinking and challenge-solving methodology. So, are there any guesses as to who has won the Best Creative Ethical Hacker? Well, put your hands together and join me in congratulating the winner of Best Creative Ethical Hacker, who is Mr. Utkarsh Yadav from Madan Mohan Malviya University of Technology, Gorakhpur. He has won a gift voucher worth rupees 20,000. Woohoo! Let's quickly bring Utkarsh back on the screen. Hi, Utkarsh. How are you feeling? I'm sure this is huge for you.
Okay, yes, this wasn't expected at all. So I'm very happy I got this award.
What was your the source of ideation? How did you come up with this idea?
Well, exactly, I'm not sure which challenge is this award exactly for.
Okay.
But
let me tell you that this is for the best creative hack.
no, but which particular challenge? I saw multiple ones.
Okay, so I'll tell you, this one is for the best creative ethical hacker, something that you really worked on, which was extremely out of the box, and this is what you have won the prize for. This is what I love about the innocent young minds. They just keep going forward. They don't know what they are doing is actually making them win. What is right, but you are actually on the right path. Because congratulations, you won the title of best creative ethical hacker once again. Well done, Utkarsh. Let's give us a huge smile. Come on, we are going to take a picture. We are going to capture this moment at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Congratulations, Utkarsh. Once again, you've had a great journey of HackQuest Season 6. Lovely. Keep it up.
Thank you.
So like I just said, young minds, they absolutely don't know where they are going, but we know they're going right because that's why they get awarded. Well, up next, our next category is of top female ethical hacker, and we have not one but 2 winners in this category. These women battle the toughest challenges and have come out triumphantly. I would request everybody to give a huge round of applause from your screens and join me in congratulating the 2 winners of the top female ethical hacker. The award goes to Shruti Sinha from Niyoti University, Jingha, and Jyotirmai Valepu from VVIT, Andhra Pradesh. Congratulations, girls. All right, we have Shruti who has just joined us, and Jyotirmai who will be joining us in a while. But Shruti, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm very excited about this. Like, I was not expecting.
Yay! How hard were you working for this?
I was practicing like when it was announced from like December around, and I was practicing from since then. And yeah, I was going through all the walkthroughs there related to TCS, and yeah, it really helped a lot.
That is lovely.
And,
Congratulations,
I also
Shruti.
went to yeah. Thank you.
You were saying something? You would like to continue?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. So we also have Jyotirmai who has won this title of top female ethical hacker. How are you feeling, Jyotir?
I feel very happy.
Yeah. was it difficult? Tell me something that you found a little difficult during this entire process. What was the most difficult part?
I think round 2 is most difficult for me.
Round 2 was difficult. Anyway, both of you have actually won. So congratulations once again. Let's take a picture. When I say 1, 2, 3, I want both of you to give me a big smile. Yes? 1, 2, 3, go. Yay. Thank you so much. And this was exceptional, ladies. And the only word that I have for you is keep it up and good going. Thank you so much once again. Congratulations. All right, now let's move the podium a little bit now, and let's focus on the title winners of TCS HackQuest Season 6. This is the most exciting part. I would like to take this opportunity to invite Ms. Shanta Subramani to be a part of this segment as we announce our runner-up. She'll be presenting the awards to our winners. Hi, Ms. Shanta. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there something you would like to say to the winners?
I think we have spoken a lot, but I hope you enjoyed going through the journey, the thrill of it, the excitement of it, and the sense of achievement. I am waiting for the winners' names to be announced as you are, so I won't speak much. Whoever is winning, congratulations. Whoever participated, even better days ahead for you. Okay? Yeah,
all right, so without any further ado, let's just quickly look at the winners. But before I announce the name of the winners, don't you all want to know what exactly are they winning? What were they fighting for? Well, the second runner-up will be winning this beautiful prize that you see on the screen, which is an Apple iPhone 13. Now, this is something that we all want, right? But only one winner gets it, which is the second runner-up on the third position. Please put your hands together and welcome the winner of HackQuest, as the second runner-up position, Mr. Raj Zamal from the Neotia University, Jinga. Congratulations, Raj. Can we have Ms. Shanta joining in presenting in the award? So, Raj, before we ask how Shanta is feeling, I'm sure she's feeling super proud of you. But how are you feeling right now? What is it that's going in your heart and mind, of course?
My heart is beating super fast, first of all. I'm feeling happy, and I think my family would be more happy for me because they have supported me along the way. And also my friends, they have motivated me. And my mentor, I'd like to say huge thanks to him because he introduced me to the cybersecurity, Mr. Arindam Halda.
That is absolutely wonderful, and congratulations once again. Would you like to say any congratulatory words to Raj, Ms. Santa?
Yes, so obviously, good job, and jealous of your iPhone. I don't have. I have a very really old Google something. I'm super jealous right now. But yes, congratulations. Have fun with it. And
Sure.
obviously, wish you all success in your cybersecurity journey. I really hope you take it up as a career with us.
Definitely. Yeah, take it.
All right, before we let you guys go, I'm going to take a picture of this beautiful moment. At the count of 3, please smile. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. This is now becoming the part of TCS HackQuest legacy. Thank you so much, Shanta ma'am. Kindly remain for our next runner-up. And congratulations, Raj, once again. Okay, so I'm sure the excitement is building, and we are now moving on to our next award, which is finishing in the second place. That is the first runner-up. Let's see what he or she is winning. So our first runner-up is basically winning this particular prize, which is MacBook Air. I want to apply for the next HackQuest myself. I don't know if I'll win, but yeah. Who wouldn't want to fight for MacBook Air? Let's quickly look at who is the winner as a first runner-up for HackQuest Season 6. This award goes to Karan Kumar from the University Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kurukshetra. Congratulations, Karan. All right, we have Karan on the screen, and we have Shanta as well to present this award. So Karan, tell me how is it, what is going on in your heart right now?
Beating so fast.
Now you have won, so it shouldn't be. It should have calmed down now.
Yeah. I really appreciate this. Thank you, everyone.
Shanta, would you like to say anything to him?
Yeah, the gadget. I'm listening to the gadget these guys are getting. Okay, but yes, congratulations. And absolutely, like I said before, this is really prestigious. Beating like 32,000 students applied for this is a huge deal by any standards. And coming at the top is really enormous achievement. And once again, very proud to have you here. Wish you all success. And once again, as always, I head cybersecurity unit for TCS. Hope you join us and be part of our unit. So that is always the case. I invite everybody who's out there to join my unit, and you are special. So obviously, very, very warm welcome into TCS as well whenever you decide to come in. But success in cybersecurity as a career, please take it up. These are very strange times, very challenging times for our nation, as well as for the whole business as well, because of this new threat vectors that is out there in the digital world. So congratulations once again. Wish you all success.
Can we capture this moment as well? At the count of 3, please give me a huge smile. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's Karan's huge smile, winning smile. All right, congratulations, Karan, and thank you so much, Shanta, once again for doing us the honors. Yay. Okay, now the time has come of which we were waiting for such a long time, to announce the champion, the title winner of Season 6 HackQuest. And I'm sure all of you really want to know who has won this title. Well, to do us the honors, I would request Mr. Ajit Menon to kindly come and be a part of this segment with me. Can we have him on the screen, please? Hi, Ajit. Once again, welcome. So is there something that you would like to say to the winner, whoever he or she is?
Yes, so for sure. Firstly, congratulations. I'm just waiting to hear the name. And as Santa also said before, see, this is a huge competition. I think everyone here realizes that coming up at the top is one part of the journey. And for those who have won, not just the final, but also the runners-up, congratulations. It's a great achievement. But for everyone who participated, start of the journey, and I'm sure there are other editions where you can participate and prove yourself and win laurels there.
All right, so without any further ado, let us look at the champion, the winner of TCS HackQuest Season 6 is... Any guesses? Any guesses? I'm sure the heart is beating super fast for a lot of you out there, but I will let you know before that, let's look at the prize that he is winning. The prize for them is MacBook Pro. This is super interesting. All right, so without any further ado, without wasting any more time, and without increasing the heart rates of all you people out there, the winner for TCS HackQuest Season 6 champion is Kabilan S. from Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Woohoo! Let's put a big round of applause, a massive, massive round of applause for the title winner. We have the winner here with us, sharing the screen space with Mr. Ajit. Oh my God, Kabilan, it is huge. Tell me what is going through. I mean, do you have butterflies in your stomach right now?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. My parents are sitting with me from 2 p.m. We are very excited for the result, and
bring them in
I
the
did
camera
very
as
well.
Let's.
Yes. Come.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are the faces of two proud parents. Every feel pandringla, sir, ma'am. Romba santoshama irukkinga. This is massive, massive. Kabilan, congratulations once again. Let's see what Ajit has to say about this, proud moment that it is for you.
Yes.
So Kabilan, I think congratulations once again. I'm sure you really worked hard towards it, put its extreme focus with which you would have achieved it. I also want to congratulate your parents. It was nice seeing them. It was nice of you to get them onto the screen. Very nice gesture. I'm sure they deserve a good treat, and all of you are going to rejoice this. Congratulations once again, and Santa said maybe at some point we hope to see you working with us, serving this great organization also.
And well, you have also won MacBook Pro, so I'm sure this is such an ecstatic moment for you guys. Both of your smiles are, just intact. Just keep it that way. We are going to take a quick picture at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Now, this picture is definitely going to be added in the lovely page into our book of legacy at HackQuest. All right. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Kabilan, once again.
Yep.
And thank you so much, Ajit, for doing us the honors, please. Okay, now this has been such an eventful evening. All the participants, I'm sure all of you worked really hard, and congratulations once again to all the award winners. But the award ceremony is not over yet. As I'm not sure if you guys know, but we wanted to recognize the top 10, out of which we have announced top 3 winners, but we also wanted to talk about the rest of the 7, and I would like to bring them in right now, who are winning vouchers worth rupees 15,000 each. So let's have a look at the remaining 7, ranking from 4th to 10. We have Utkarsh Yadav from Madan Mohan Malviya University of Technology, Gorakhpur. Up next, we have NG Mukund Venkatesh from Panimalar Engineering College, Chennai. Ritik Vijay from Heritage Institute of Technology, Kolkata. Vikram Datta from Jain University School of Sciences. Adil Danani from St. John College of Engineering and Management, Mumbai, Aishwarya Madiwale from Lokmanya Tilak COE, Mumbai, Arjun PK from Sardar Patel University of Police Security and Criminal Justice, Delhi. Congratulations to all of you and a huge, huge success. Well done, everybody. And let me tell you that even though only 10 people out here are being recognized, some of the projects that people have submitted were extremely difficult to judge, and they were all very neck-to-neck competition. But I'm sure there's always another season to look forward to. This has been an extremely power-packed evening. I would now like to call upon Somen Das, DFIR and Vulnerability Management, COE, TCS Cybersecurity, to extend our gratitude and share the vote of thanks to all the teams who have made this Season 6 such a huge success. Over to you, Somen. Can we please bring him on the screen?
Thank you. I know. I don't like to admit it, but I know I stand between you and the break. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a very fascinating 1.5 hours of the grand finale, and it will be unfair on our part if we miss to thank the larger TCS HackQuest family that worked together day and night over the last few months to make this Season 6 a reality. However, before I begin, I would also like to take this golden opportunity to thank our esteemed guests and TCS leadership team for taking time out from their busy schedule to grace the event and sharing their inputs on cybersecurity as a career, their point of view on privacy by design, which are very important in the context that we are looking at, the industry coming out of the pandemic, how it's going to shape up the future. It was very valuable. So thank you to our chief guest, Mr. Ajit Menon, Chief Security Officer, TCS, Santa Subramani, Global Head Cybersecurity, TCS, Janardhan Santanam, Global Head Talent Development, Girish Nandimat, Global Head Talent Acquisition, TCS. Next in the line, I would like to thank the students and the college placement officers for record-breaking numbers this year. And this shows how popular as a brand TCS HackQuest has become, and looking forward to path-breaking numbers in Season 7 as well, which is coming up next year. My heartfelt thanks to TCS Talent Acquisition Group, M. Kala and team, TCS TAG branch heads, TCS India campus team, TCS Global Sourcing team, TAG team. You were exceptionally helpful, and you were the man of the need of the hour. Wherever we were stuck, you were there to help us and bail us out. Events has to be managed in partnership, and no better than TAG team to pull have as a partner to pull such a grand stage event. And TCS TAG branding team, headed by Jagannathan Gopalakrishnan and his team, did an splendid job in partnering with us in pulling this event successfully. TCS India AIP team, Chandra Koduru and team, TCS Global Help Desk, Nina Nangre and team, TCS Social Media, Amit Govind and team, TCS Corporate Marketing team, Riddhi and team, Paul Amalraj and Ajit team for timely approvals of the live feeds, which were very essential because a lot of global customers and our partners and our colleagues are seeing it live right now. Cybersecurity marketing, Tehdil Tahir and team. Without him, the entire concept to reality wouldn't have been possible. Cybersecurity HR, Usa N and team. TCS Cybersecurity leadership team for the trust and belief they have shown on the entire crew. And last but not the least, the unbelievable kind of dedication, the passion they have shown in the last 6 or 7 months, which they have gone through. The TCS HackQuest engineering team, headed by Ankit Das, Vinayak, Bala, Vikas, Umesh, and the team. So big round of applause for the entire TCS HackQuest family who help us to pull through this event in front of you. And before I end, I must thank all the audiences who have joined us across the globe today. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to your love and support to take TCS HackQuest brand to the next level. See you in Season 7. Until then, namaste.
Thank you so much, Soman, for the last vote of thanks. And on that note, we have come to the end of our event today. On behalf of the entire team of TCS, let me take this opportunity to thank each one of you for taking out time from your busy schedules and gracing this occasion and making it a huge success. Here's hoping that we'll all see you back again in season 7. And what to say? Rock it and break a leg until then. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We have the BTS video, that is behind the scene video, coming up for all you guys out there. Until then, this is your host, that girl on the mic, saying bye-bye and signing off for the day. Good night.
Hi, this is Tahir from TCS Cybersecurity Marketing. Today I am at TCS Bhubaneswar office to walk you through the HackQuest contest team. So let's see what we have got inside. Now, with that said, let me take you through the ultimate ethical hacking experience. Come with me. Well, I'm at the 6th floor of TCS Bhubaneswar and we have the entire TCS HackQuest Season 6 crew and the command center here. Are you ready to see them? I am. Let's see. So now let's see the HackQuest Season 6 command center. Hi Sriman.
Thanks, Tahir. HackQuest round 2 is always a different beast to handle. It's about curating people from round 1, and this is sort of the command center that we set up to analyze what has gone in. And today again has been another enriching experience. So hope we get the kind of people that we want.
Absolutely. Soman? Hi.
Hi, Soman this side. As Simon said, this is very interesting round for us where we look for new ideas and innovative ways. And to my surprise, the group I was monitoring, there were one challenge which got solved in 5 different ways, and that's exactly the fundamental core principle of why we invented TCS HackQuest, is to hunt for those minds which think out of the box. So looking forward to seeing some of those young talents to work with us in the near future. Thank you.
Wonderful. Vashish?
I think we had 20 plus unique groups which were monitoring this event this year. Fascinating to see some of these young minds spending 3 hours. Amazing, we saw quite interesting ways in which someone was mentioning they solved some of those challenges. But more than that, the interaction which followed was very interesting. Pan-India group, and we look forward to seeing them in TCS sooner. Thank you.
Wonderful. And we are streaming live from the command center of HackQuest.
Hi, so my name is Rudananda Patra. So I am heading the delivery for the EVM practice. So I believe this HackQuest 6 or whatever so far HackQuest we have done it, I am the biggest consumer for the people who are joining. So far it has been a really great success for the HackQuest, and there has been high demand for all kind of delivery what we do. And for this HackQuest 6 we are eagerly waiting to get more and more good people, and the team behind this season with great effort from Ankit and his team. So far we are in the round 2 and we are expecting so many good people to join us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much Ankit, Santosh and all the people who are part of this session. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ruda. Well, that was interesting and I would say exquisite lineup of various cybersecurity professionals at TCS. This is HackQuest, the TCS HackQuest. Bigger, the better, and the tougher the game is on. Hope you like this video. We are going to come up soon with HackQuest Season 7, which is going to knock your doors very soon. And this is Tahir signing off from TCS Barabatti Bhubaneswar office, and I'm at the top floor with an amazing view here.